Welcome to EDU570, Week 4. Concepts that should be interwoven within your discussion posts and replies include: what does it mean to be secure? How does that impact our civil liberties? There is so much discussion regarding civil liberties in this day and age, and where that line is now blurred. We must always keep students safe. We have the responsibility to create a safe environment so students can learn without fear of being harmed. An additional way to view this is within the video that is included as a reference for this week, which highlights an ethical dilemma as well. Student journalists want to report on a story of a popular teacher being fired. The principal at the school handled the situation poorly and acting in the role of a power player by wanting the story killed. The principal didn't want a disruption at the school, but his action potentially are causing or fueling the disruption even more. Think about turbulence and think about what the turbulence level is at this school and what this entire situation caused. How is the ripple effect causing even more turbulence? What do you think is happening at that school? From your texts, some points I noted were the changing student body. We are educating digital natives who have media happening all around them all the time and get information immediately. Patience is a difficult concept for them. We as educators need to ensure student safety, which may come with more control over the environment. But what does that mean, and what does that do to the student? Thinking how our students are in this generation, the notion of autonomy is ever more so intriguing, and yet it can be so limited by their peers if they are on social media. As I'm sure you are aware, you act in loco parentis or in place of the parents. Think what that means in relation to ethics. With my own children, I am concerned who teaches, models, and disciplines them, since they are with their teachers more waking hours than with my husband and I. I hope that their teachers understand this awesome task and realize how much it does mean every single day. Ethically, think what that means. Think of what that means in relation to in loco parentis, in security versus civil liberties. What would you as the parent do? Would it be a different action if they were your children versus someone else's? The final idea from this week's reading is the notion that protection becomes salient as following laws becomes essential. How does that work with the ethic of care? Is it juxtaposed? For your discussion, it's a little bit different this week than what we've been doing thus far. First, in your text, on page 66 near the bottom, begin reading Case Study 4.2. After reading the case study, you're going to answer number 2, which is on page 68. You have to be in a group for this one, remember? Each person in your group needs to report on a different paradigm as it would relate to Case Study 4.2 that you just read. You will only respond to the people in your group. Groups can be 2, 3, or 4 members, but no more than 4. This post is supposed to start rich conversation between you and your peers. Use your text and concepts learned thus far. I can't wait to read these posts. So for week 4, there is no assignment due coming up. However, your first of 3 case studies is due the following Saturday at the end of week 5. Remember, end of week 5, not week 4. But I wanted to touch on it now so that you have more time to prepare before it is due. You can partner up for your case studies. But things to remember, this is a formal APA paper, and I'm going to be a little bit more picky when it comes to APA for these case studies versus how I was with the worksheets. So thinking about this, remember, if you don't have an APA manual, go online, go to OWL for the online writing lab. It's great, and it will help you with different APA things. But again, these are things to remember. Number 1, no first person. Personal pronouns are a no-no in formal APA writing. That means no you, me, my, we. It's out. Your opinions need to be written as fact, and you need to do so by finding outside support and highlight each part of the rubric in your paper. Make sure, again, your opinions need to be written as fact, and to do so you need to find outside support for them. Make sure you're not just sticking to one piece of evidence, that you look in the library for research on different things. Use the different pieces that I've included in posts from the discussions. You can use those links as well to find different information. Again, make sure that you are writing your paper with the rubric. It's very important. There are so many FPLS and FEELE pieces to this assignment. I don't want you to miss any of them, because if you miss them, unfortunately, I can't give you a score for the paper, which means you don't get a score for the paper and you can't complete the course. So it's very, very important that you write this alongside the rubric so you get proficient or higher on all those FEELE FPLS pieces. Again, be sure to read the correct study. It is highlighted on the slide for you, and it's in the syllabus. And if you need anything with this assignment, please email or call. Again, this is a couple weeks away, so you have time to prepare for it, and you can pair up or team up for it. It's more, this topic is supposed to be something where you're delving deep into a situation and providing content and knowledge from the things that you've read thus far about ethics and the way people should respond to different things. So I absolutely look forward to reading your work, and if you need anything, email or call.